Okay, last time we looked at finding the angle at the centre. We're going to look at that again, but instead of being given the area of a sector, this time we're going to be given the length of an arc. Okay, so we'll have a formula for that as well. So example 1. Okay, so draw this one out, make sure you've got it down. Okay, so the angle is x degrees, that's what we need to find out. The radius of the sector is 5 centimetres and the length of the arc is equal to 3 centimetres. So I need to find the size of the angle. Okay, so we've got a formula for this one, just like we had a formula for the sector, which is length of arc equal over pi d is equal to the angle over 360. Okay, so length of arc over pi d equals angle over 360. Okay, let's put some numbers into that then. So the length of the arc is equal to 3. So where I see length of arc, put in 3. So it's 3 over pi times the diameter. Now just be careful. So we've been given the radius there, which is 5, but the diameter would be the line that goes right across, which would be 10, is equal to the angle over 360. Okay, so the angle is x degrees, x over 360. Okay, then we cross multiply. So the angle times pi times 10, x times pi times 10 is equal to 3 times 360. Okay, next move is to bring the pi times 10 down and divide. And that will give me x equals 3 times 360 over pi times 10. Okay, enter that in the calculator. To one decimal place then, that is 34.4 degrees. Okay, so first move always the same. Length of arc over pi d equals angle over 360. The length of the arc is 3 centimetres over pi times the diameter. Well, the radius, as we can see, is 5, so you need to double that for the diameter to get the diameter, which is 10, is equal to the angle over 360. Cross multiply. X times pi times 10 is equal to 3 times 360, and then finally bring the pi times 10 down and divide, and then 3 times 360 over pi times 10, punch all that in the calculator, 34.4 degrees. Okay, example 2. Okay, so we've got another sector, I'm calling the angle again x degrees. Okay, the length of the arc is equal to 6 centimetres and the radius is 6 centimetres. So, okay, so the same formula again. Length of arc over pi d equals angle over 360. So just make sure you remember it. Let's put some numbers in. Okay, so the length of the arc is 6 over pi times the diameter. Well, the radius, as we can see, is 6, so taken from the diameter of that circle, which would be 12, equals the angle x degrees over 360. Cross multiply. X times pi times 12 is equal to 6 times 360. Okay, then bring the pi times 12 down and divide, and that will be 6 times 360 over pi times 12. Enter that into the calculator carefully, and to one decimal place, that's 57.3 degrees. Okay, let's try another 2 examples. Example 3. Okay, here's the sector this time. Okay, the angle is x degrees. This time I'm told that the length of the arc is 11 centimetres and the radius is 3 centimetres. So formula again, length of arc over pi d equals angle over 360. What's the length of the arc? 11 over pi times the diameter. The radius, as we can see, is 3, so the diameter will be 6, is equal to the angle over 360. The angle is x degrees over 360. Cross multiply. X times pi times 6 is equal to 11 times 360. I then bring the pi times 6 down and divide, and that will be x equals 11 times 360 over pi times 6. Enter it carefully in the calculator. Okay, to one decimal place, that will be 210.1 degrees. Okay, example 4. Okay, here's the diagram. The angle is x degrees again. The radius is 7 centimetres and the length of the arc is 18 centimetres. Okay, same formula again. Length of arc over pi d equals angle over 360. The length of the arc is 18 over pi times the diameter. Well, the radius is 7, therefore double that for the diameter. That's 14 is equal to an angle x degrees over 360. Cross multiply. X times pi times 14 is equal to 18 times 360. Bring the pi times 14 down, divide. X equals 18 times 360 over pi times 14 into the calculator, and that's 147.3 degrees. Final answer. Okay, so now you're going to try these four. First one, you're looking for the angle x degrees. The radius is 9, the length of arc is 6. Second one, the radius is 7, the length of arc is 15. Third one, the radius is 12, and the length of arc is 42. And finally, the fourth one, the radius is 7, and the length of arc is 31. So take your time, rewind the video if need be to make sure that you've got them. And 4 examples, have a go.